With the growing interest of wines around Asia, a lot of people are asking me, how are the wines made from Asia? And I'm happy to report that I'm finding the wines from China and Japan growing in quality every year. And of course, there are other wines made from other parts of Asia. For example, India has been making very good wine from wineries such as Sula and Grover Vineyards. From Thailand, you've got Grand Monte, as well as Monsoon Valley. But these are sort of like the small niche players, whereas the wineries coming from Ningxia and Shandong province, Hebei, these are growing incredibly, both in size and quality year by year. So let's start with the basics in China. So there's over 400 wineries now. And the most traditional province has always been Shandong. And this is dominated by a big winery called Zhangyu, which has a very good reputation in China. And people see them as making large volume, good quality wines, very basic. And more though, these wineries like Zhangyu or Great Wall or Dynasty are really moving up market and making premium wines. Aside from Shandong province, where you've got Penglai and Yantai, the really up-and-coming region in China is Ningxia. And wonderful wineries there, including ones I'm sure that you've heard of by now, which is Silver Heights, Xige, Kanan, Helan Qingshui, which has won many awards, and more. There's around close to 100 wineries in Ningxia already. The other region in China to look out for is Hebei. And besides Hebei, who's made the region famous through large wineries like Great Wall, Dragon Seal, and Dynasty, you have smaller wineries popping up in Hebei as well. Other vineyards and wineries include Aoyun, which is now considered an icon cult wine from Yunnan province in China. You've got Grace Vineyard from Shanxi, and also Xinjiang and Gansu in the western part of China is also making very good wine. And from Japan, we've got a lot of wineries. And there's about 200 wineries as part of the Japan Winery Association, and the best known vineyards there is Yamanashi, which is not too far from Tokyo. And there you've got Chateau Mercian. I've got a few wines from Chateau Mercian. Of course, the Koshu grape, which is the more indigenous grape variety, Vitis vinifera, from Japan, which makes very light, elegant whites that pair really well with sushi and sashimi. And there's also other prefectures in Japan that are making better and better wine. One of them is Nagano, and you see Chateau Mercian planting a lot more vineyards in Nagano, which is slightly warmer and more reliable ripening than Yamanashi. So we have one of my favorites from Japan. It's called Omnis. And this is a blend, Bordeaux blend from Nagano in Japan. And every year they're making better and better wines. And 2018 is a fantastic vintage for them. So you've got a lot of choices now in China where you can actually go out to a local Chinese or Thai or Indian restaurant and also find wines from the country. And these are getting better and better by the year. I highly recommend some of the wineries I mentioned today as a top choice for when you have your next Asian meal.